Now, obviously, everything leading up to today has been very, very contentious. You throw in what went down with the election, along with coronavirus-induced isolation, inconsistent school year, violence in D.C. Young people are dealing with a lot of anxieties as a result. Kim Muench, certified parenting coach, joining me now. Kim, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So what's your best advice? How do you explain to kids what they've been seeing on the news and other social media feeds recently?
I think there's a couple of things that are important here. First of all, that parents really figure out how they're feeling before they sit down to try and discuss this with their kids in terms of, really processing how they're feeling themselves and then talking to another adult about it. I think that's important before you sit down with your kids. Second, really important, how old are your kids? Because what you want to do is find out maybe what they do know and then go from there, right? We don't want to tell our, 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old more than they really need to know.
Okay.
And then also you want to reassure kids, no matter what their age, that while these things have gone on, there are things in their world that are remaining consistent, and point those out to your kids, right? Make sure that they know that while this did happen, most of our world and a lot of your everyday life has not changed at all. So I think that's really important to remind them of what it has been consistent and what isn't changing. And also, I think really important if your kids are older, I have older kids at my house, to listen to what they're saying, to listen to what they're hearing, and then I think listening more than talking when your kids are mid-teens or older, just to hear where they're coming from and what kind of information they're getting before you jump in or try and change their mind about whatever it is that they've heard or seen. I think these are all important when our kids are a little bit older. So listening more than we speak when our kids are older to find out where they're at. When our kids are younger, what have they heard before jumping in, and how much gap do you fill in? And parents processing your feelings before you sit down and talk to your kids about what's been going on.
Kim, here's the $1,000,000 question. Should we shield them from current events? Because they're growing up with social media. When we grew up, Kim, we weren't inundated 24/7 with news, and most of this news is false. You don't know what's real, what isn't. So should we be shielding as parents kids from the current events, a lot of this stuff?
I think that it's hard to shield our kids from current events, as you said, and also there's the opportunity right there to have open communication on an ongoing basis about what's going on. So we don't want our kids to not be able to come and talk to us. So it's our job to create the kind of communication where they can come and talk to us if they've seen or heard something or had a conversation with a kid at school or whatever about something that's challenging to them. So I don't think we can shield them, but I do think that we have to be very careful to have open communication with them.
Talking to Kim Muench right now, certified parenting coach and the founder of the Real Life Parenting Guide, which offers one-on-one coaching. What do you hear most from parents, Kim, concerning what we're talking about?
I think that it's really, again, about how to create that conversation. And what I say, like I said, I think the most important thing is not to come into the conversation fully charged with your own emotion, but to talk to another adult, talk to your spouse, talk to a good friend about what you've learned before sitting down so that your kids aren't getting that full-on energy from you. You've had a chance to kind of process it yourself.
All right. Kim, thanks for the advice today. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.